Back on the Jess address, and did I tell you I was late this morning and we have a full card of interviews today, which is very exciting to know that people want to sit in our chair and talk to us. And I'm really excited to say that we have Melissa from APM. I did say that right, didn't I?
Marisa, I'm
sorry. Marisa from APM. It is a day for me. I apologise. From APM. And we're talking about a program, Workforce Australia. Can you tell us a little bit about this program?
Sure. The program is actually called the Self-Employment Assistance Program, and it used to run under another name. It used to be known as NEACE. And it's been running since 1985, so it's incredibly successful, and its longevity, attests to that. So they changed it all up last July and rebranded, renamed, added some more exciting elements to the program to include more people. And it's now called the Self-Employment Assistance Program, so it includes lots of different options for people.
Yeah, and I would imagine, given the fact it's been going for so long, that so many things would have changed that you probably would have had to have a look at the program and go, how do we change it for modern times?
I think that's exactly right. Things have been changed significantly, certainly with the last few years that we've been through. One of the significant changes is, of course, that most things are online these days, so we're delivering a lot of our training online as well, and that enables more people to participate, gives access to people who have got tied down with health issues or young kids or timing issues. They can participate from their living room.
I guess also ideas of social media and how that brings a different element to businesses, but who are the people who should be engaged in this program?
So this program is for anyone who's got the thought, I don't fit in to this employment hamster wheel. And I'm not speaking negatively of employment.
No.
I'm employed and I love the work that I do and I love my job, but it's not for everybody at every time. And so people have got an idea and they've thought about wanting to do something that they really love. They may have a hobby. They may be a military partner who's sitting at home with nothing to do and want to start a job. So they've set the eligibility bar quite low, but it is for anyone who wants to start a business or is thinking about starting a business, because there's a ton of resource and support out there.
And I love that you say that you love your job, and employment is definitely for some people, but you've given ideas of who could be involved, but there are also people who maybe struggle being sociable and going out into the workforce. That might be something that's not actually achievable for them, but they have this great idea. So it caters to people also who maybe don't have that resilience just yet and need that opportunity to build their confidence.
That's exactly right. And I see myself as a confidence builder. I started my first business out of a corporate background with no knowledge of running a business at all. But I said to myself, I was at executive level. I said to myself, how hard can this be? And fell flat on my face. So it's just a different creature. And I love that wonderful proverb that says, with wise consultation and advice, without wise consultation and advice, plans can be frustrated. But with many counsellors and advisors, you're more likely to succeed.
Dude, it's this village again. We spoke about the village earlier, and that everyone can really help and contribute to other people's success. That's beautiful.
You used a word before, which I think you need courage to be able to take that first step. And when you've got someone holding your hand with this great program, it can be the fact that you've got someone, the village, beside you to help, see this plan into fruition. Can you tell us a little bit more about the program? What does it entail?
Sure. Well, there's several different elements of the program. There are different ways that you can access. So if you're even at school at 15 years of age, you can access our Exploring Self-Employment workshops, which are a 25-hour workshop over 2 weeks. Explore what it is to run a business. Workshop on an idea that you may have. So that's amazing just for 15-year-olds. Our other programs, you need to be 18 or over. So some of the other programs would include small business coaching, which is a mentoring program for a year. And part of that is a training program we put people through and creating a business plan, a financial plan. networking tips, teaching them about social media, how to market their business, how to operate their business, quite a bit involved in there. There's also for people who are, so it's not just for people wanting to start a new business or who may have started a business or who may have a hobby business that want to, ramp it up. There's also a provision for people who've got a struggling business and they may have to be going back to Centrelink for a bit of support. We can take them on as well now, and we can help them do the same thing, maybe pivot their business, maybe redo a business plan, a financial plan, get them doing some training, and then mentor them for a year. So there's quite a few different services available. And in addition, there's like business health checks, business advice sessions for business owners. So
wow, being a business owner myself, I actually didn't know that these services were available. And I guess that's what you're here for, is to get the word out, to make sure that people know that these services are here and how to utilise them. And given the climate, we actually have seen quite a rise in small business like being created, but to be able to sustain that is quite difficult, as you said. Like, you can have the great ideas, but without, the hand to be able to help you, especially when you think about business and everything you have to do it. You might be good in one area, but then fall when it comes to finance, your marketing, things like that. And that's where you guys help.
Absolutely. And you begin with an idea, but you need help along the way. Everybody needs help along the way, and we don't have to do it all. There's an awesome story that I read in Richard Branson's autobiography, Screw It, Let's Do It.
Love it.
Love the title.
Exactly. He was in a board meeting, and a coffee break came, and the CFO, the financial officer, called him out and said, "Richard, I wonder if I could have a bit of a word with you, please." He says, "Yeah, sure." So they went out, and the guy had a notebook and pen. He said, "Richard, I think if I'm not wrong, I'm not sure you've grasped the idea between gross profit and net profit." He said, "Yeah, that's right. I never could really understand that." This is Richard Branson in his 50s, having been a multi-millionaire for years and a businessman. So that really encouraged me and said, you don't have to have it all. You don't have to know it all. We're good at our craft, but we're not necessarily good at business. And if if one of our mentors doesn't have the answer for you, we know where you can go to get the answer. We have experience in business. And between us, we cover a lot of different businesses, but there are other resources out there we can connect you to as well. So much in WA.
And there's so much power comes from admitting that you don't know everything. Like
Absolutely.
just taking, I think your exact words before that I loved, Jess wrote them down, I swear, have 20 seconds of courage and reach out to us. And that is such a powerful thing, because you don't have to know everything. And there are people out there who want you to have success.
Absolutely. We love business and we love people. And I can say that for the whole team at APM. And I've watched also the way that we've pivoted in the last 6 to 8 months since this new contract was rolled out. We've pivoted the way that we deliver the course. So we deliver it in a very tailored way, depending on the individual need. So we work one-to-one. If they want to smash out a business and financial plan and get on the program in a day or a week, we say, yes, let's help you do that. If they want to take all the classes and take 2 or 3 weeks to put that together, we say, yes, let's do that. The other thing I didn't mention is that when you start the training, you can also do a free certificate in entrepreneurship and new business.
Oh, wow.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So you can also, have that going in the background in the year that we're mentoring you, having begun it in our training session. So it's very, very tailored. And it's for the individual. We love that.
Having that certificate and that training behind you gives you that extra confidence, doesn't it? When you are actually going for a job, just say, your self-business comes together and you're looking to put your business out there, to have that certificate behind you gives you that confidence, doesn't it?
Absolutely does. But what else it does, it gives you knowledge. It gives you power and skill. I have been running businesses for several years. And when I did the certificate in order to train in it, I learned things.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
It really is.
And I love how, and I'm not being a business person myself. I love that you use the word pivoted. I watched an interview the other day, and I'm not a sports person. I'm absolutely terrible. But this journalist had asked this basketballer a question, and he was something along the lines of, like, how's it been for you to fail these last few games?
The question was, do you consider
you've seen it too.
Do you consider this a season a failure?
Yes, and the response was beautiful. He said a lot of things, but one thing that I think everyone will understand was he said Michael Jordan had won 6 championships. He played 15 seasons. Does that make the other 9 seasons a failure? No, it doesn't, because you're building towards something. So this understanding that it's not a failure if you don't achieve what you want to achieve immediately, that you do need to pivot or change your thinking or reach out to someone like this program to get that information so that you are equipping yourself to have the success that you would like to have.
That's absolutely right. And with lots of, as I said earlier, with lots of advice and lots of support, you'd be amazed at what you can achieve. And I have a belief that every single one of us are capable of so much more than what we know. And it just takes that 20 seconds of courage to think when someone may be listening now and be thinking, I have been thinking about a business for years. Just this idea that's there, I wonder if, and then maybe they just forget about it and do nothing and look back later and think, gosh, that was opportunity knocking, but I did nothing about it. So I would say take that 20 seconds of courage, pick up the phone, drop an email, do what you must, just find out more. It's worth it because you don't know what you can achieve.
And how do people find out more? What is the first step that they should take to contacting you and APM so that they can start their journey?
Jump online or give us a call. So my number is free for anyone, 0428 697520. I will pick up the phone. If I can't answer, then I will get back to you. You can ask any question you like about the program. There is also a web address which will give you a lot more information, and that's at apm.net.au/jobseekers/self-employment-assistance. Ta-da!
That's amazing. We'll share it on our page.
You do have a bricks and mortar place where people can walk in.
Certainly.
Yeah, and whereabouts is that?
Generally, they're at APM offices. So they're spotted around Perth. They're spotted around the Perth South where we are. They're spotted around the southwest. So they're usually in shopping centres. But in Rockingham, you can walk into APM, which is opposite the Reject Shop. There's a plug for the Reject Shop. But you can walk into APM and the Coles entrance there. And if I'm not there personally, they'll put you in touch with me.
Yeah. Oh, that's excellent. Well, what a resource that we have in Rockingham, and developing small business is so fantastic. And the fact that we'll be spreading that word now.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I'm excited by it. Yeah. I really am, genuinely, for not just like for this opportunity for people, like I said, for people who maybe don't have that ability to enter into full-time work in the workplace, something that they can do and achieve themselves. And gosh, what a great boost for their self-confidence if they achieve through coming to you guys. Oh, I'm so excited.
And to be able to get that certificate for as well is just amazing.
It is amazing. And, we want people to succeed, as you said earlier, and there is a really good chance people will succeed. But with failure also comes I don't think of it as failure, as you were suggesting earlier. It's learning. You can't learn anything without failing.
I have a saying, there's no mistakes, only discoveries. You discover that you have to do something differently. There's no mistakes in the path that you're treading. You're just on a path where you learn different things.
Exactly. John Maxwell says that he's written a book called Sometimes You Win, Sometimes You Learn.
Yeah. I say that to my kids all the time.
Met with many eye rolls, I'm sure.
Pretty sure they repeat it back to me.
Oh, I love that.
Marisa, thank you so much for coming in. I look forward to staying in contact with you. I actually have a community notice board, and I'm actually looking forward, and that's actually going to be at a couple of events, Pets in the Park and the RDNA Mother's Day Market, which is coming up. I'm going to put your flyer on there, and with the contact that I get, I'm going to spread the word about this awesome program and make sure that the businesses there actually know about this resource that we have.
Jess, that's delightful. I love hearing that. And thank you very much for inviting me here.
Come back.
I'd love to.
Excellent.
Thanks.
No worries. We're going to play a little bit of music now. What would you like to hear? Do you have a preference for songs, Emma, today?
Oh, well, the boys before wanted to hear Hall of Fame. Do we have that? You know, because they're intending on. We had some awesome boys who are 3 of the Australian futsal team and travelling to the UK to compete against the rest of the world in October, and they are going to be rock stars at soccer. It prepares you for soccer, and they really wanted to hear Hall of Fame. I didn't get their autographs. I was going to get their autographs before they left because they assure me they all have one and they're going to be famous, but I was not clever enough. I got a photo with them, so in the future maybe I should get it printed. Yeah. I'll get it printed and get them to sign that.
I'm happy to give you my autograph, but not sure it would be worth much.
Marisa, you never know.